Well, Mr. Bunny is back. He's not all that thrilled. He's just eating his breakfast. Baby Bunny was over there a second ago. I don't want to talk too loud. He gets skittish. I can't imagine why, Fluffy. I can't imagine why the bunny would run away. There he goes. He's not exactly, he's not really concerned with you, Fluffy. Come on, let's go. Let the guy have his breakfast, huh?
You ready? There we go. They did it. I don't believe it.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, Panther fans. Game 2. Eastern Conference Finals. How you guys feeling? I feel good. I don't know what your process was for catching up on the rest. Mine was just all over the place. Woke up the same morning, right? Friday morning. Had to get all my normal work done, review with Stu, the podcast and all of that. And it felt fine. It felt good all throughout the day. I said, I feel okay. And then about an hour before Game 1 last night, I face planted into a wall. I mean, I just ran face first into the wall. And we streamed, but I say we, what I mean is Kyle streamed last night, and I was in the recliner, literally sleeping through the intermissions. But today I've taken care of myself, make sure I got into rest, including another 45 minutes just passed out in my chair right before game time. So I'm good. We're good. I feel like no ill effects here for the Panthers. I feel like this is our groove, this is our jam, this is what we do, which is go out there and just bust ass and work hard and just keep grinding. Now, if you wanted to get picky about a couple of things, you could look at the age of some of these guys. The Stalls, Burns, both goalies are not young chippers, right? But I have a feeling, look, it's even Steven anyway. It's the same two teams, right? So, I mean, there may be some residual effects as you get into the third period of this game. It's possible. Certainly, I don't think anybody is interested in overtime. Even Game 1 last night for the Knights and Stars went to overtime. Luckily, that only took like 2 minutes. So, how about just no, right? And to that effect, the Panthers have not won a regulation game in the playoffs since Game 2 against the Leafs. But we keep winning, which is fine. But how about a regulation win? How about one of those tonight? Now, obviously, this is Game 2. Both of them have been in Carolina. You have to expect Carolina to just be absolutely manic to win this game. So whatever energy they still do have, I suspect we're going to see that in the first period tonight. We should know if Bob is tired really early on. I think if the Panthers can steal this one, and I do mean steal this one, if they can find a way to steal this one, possibilities start opening up. But you don't want to get ahead of yourself too soon. Last thing I'll say is what I said towards the end of Game 1, which is if we get into a situation tonight where nobody has the energy to play defense and it's just open ice because everybody's gassed, I do feel that the Panthers have just a little bit more in terms of pure scoring ability, so that might work to our advantage. We'll see. All right, guys, let's see how this goes. All right, so it's 1-0 Carolina after 1. Now, the Panthers are losing the game 1-0. They were losing the last game 1-0 after 1 as well. Except for this 1-0 period was easily by far the worst first period that we have played the entire playoffs. We had a goal call back. They had a goal call back. We were being outshot 20-6. We look like an absolute ass. But it's just one goal. And we have looked good in spots. but our clearing attempts are weak. Bob don't look great. We don't look like we have any legs. Now, I'm not exactly sure what they did yesterday. All I know is what I heard from the coaches in the post game, which was Brindamore said his team was going to have some time, give him the day off, and Maurice said he was just going to keep the schedule as usual. Now, there's something to be said for just keeping your schedule and keeping the grind and keeping going. But right now, there's no way around the fact that we look like a team that's gassed and Carolina doesn't. The question's going to be, is Carolina expending all of their energy now in the first period and the Panthers are eventually going to catch up? Or is this going to continue this way? Because if it does, eventually, Canes are going to score a goal that were not offsides, and this game could get out of hand really, really quick. But one goal is one goal, and this Panther team has just done nothing but come back over and over and over and over and over again. So let's move on to the second period and see if that continues. All right, so it's 1-1 after one. I want to touch on what I said in the previous intermission. Apparently, what the Panthers did was have an optional skate. There was really no team practice yesterday, so that's got nothing to do with why we looked like we were skating in mud in the first period. Okay, now, towards the end of the first period, it did kind of look like we were getting our legs a little bit. That period there, we definitely, I think, had the better of play. Our legs, we definitely looked like we're moving pretty good. It looks to me like some of the older guys like Stahl, Gudis, definitely not moving this quick. Not that they ever move that quick, but you get what I'm saying. Barkov, Alexander Barkov with an absolute nasty goal. He had time in front to make a couple of moves on Ranta, who was literally frozen. He literally froze the dude, and Barkov lifts it, and it's 1-1. And I mean, the only difference between this game and last game is it's 1-1 instead of 2-2. The odds that the next goal wins this game are pretty astronomical, especially if it happens in the back half of a period. I feel good, obviously. I'm sure Canes fans feel good, but there is no bigger period than what we're about to witness in this series, because the difference between being up 2-0, winning both in Carolina, versus Carolina getting this series tied up cannot be understated. So I suspect you're going to see a massive effort from Carolina. Bob has made some ridiculous saves. Ranta hasn't had to have too much work, but he's there. There's no weak goalie on their end of things. Let's put it that way. Each team traded off power plays, and I was happy to see that at least this last time that the Panthers had a power play, they didn't give up any massive shorthanded chances. So it was better. All right. On one hand, I would like to say that I'm not interested in overtime. On the other hand, I don't care how long it takes. I just want to win this game. So if it takes 4 overtimes, it takes 4 overtimes. Let's move on to the third period and see what happens.
We are going to overtime!
So, here we go again. Again. I don't know how many agains we're going to get, but here we are again, and again. There's not much to report from that period, except for that wasn't tripping on Radko Gudas. The guy was already falling. And Colin White had a wide open net and just couldn't bury the puck because, let's face it, he's Colin White. I'm not going to call who's going to win this game, but there's no bigger goal in this series than what's coming up next. Like I said, the difference between 2-0 and 1-1 is just absolutely monumental. I can't even say either team had the better of play in that period. It was they had chances, we had chances, not a lot, just looks very similar to periods 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 from the other night. And last night's game ended 2 minutes into overtime. Come on, Panthers. We've also won how many? We won game 3 and 5 and game 1 in overtime. We won 3 straight overtimes in the playoffs. We haven't won a regulation game in the playoffs since game 2 against the Leafs. So, okay, here we go. Yes! Yes! Yeah! We won both games in Carolina in overtime. We haven't won a regulation game since game 2 against the Leafs. Like 2-3 weeks ago. I mean, we just can't win a regulation game. However, the flip side of that is we just keep winning and winning and winning and winning in overtime. Okay, so Matthew Tkachuk does it again. Does it again. And I can just see now the 1,000 different 2-minute videos that we're going to see and watch over the next couple of days about how Tkachuk is just absolutely clutch. What a beautiful play just all the way around. I mean, getting the puck, not just by him, but I mean the whole line. I mean, boom, from Bennett to Reinhart to Tkachuk, and it's in the back of the net. And the Canes are, I mean, I feel bad for their fans, right? Because they're all there and they're showing them after the game, and they are just stunned. They're just stunned. Right? Kind of like the Leaf fans were when we won both games in Toronto. And kind of how Boston fans were when we kept winning in Boston. Are you seeing what I'm saying here? So before I get any further into this, Bubba, this is Bubba. I mean, what? Brendan Moore goes ahead, goes with Ronta to give Anderson a rest, and as if to say, hey, look, my guy played 60 minutes, right? However long, no, more than, with the 20, 40, 60, they played 120, a long time. He played a long time, right? Okay? My dude played a long time, and I got this other goalie who's pretty good, so I can give my one guy a break because maybe he's tired. Maybe he needs it, right? And all Bob does is go out there and have a .974 save percentage tonight, including a couple that should not have been legal. Like, there's some saves he's making that really just, it's just not legal what he's out there doing. It's incredible. Unbelievable. And so now, here's our challenge, Panther fans. And I mean, not just the fans. Our challenge is, don't get ahead of ourselves yet. Don't get ahead of yourself. All right? We won both in Carolina. By the long hairs on our chinny chin chins, but we got 2 in the bank. Okay? Both of these games could have gone the other way at any given point in time, but they're just not. And that's the thing. And this has been happening throughout the entire playoffs. Okay? When it looks like the other team has a chance to put us down, Bob makes a save. Or it's a post. Or a crossbar. Or they just can't get the shot off. It just continues night after night after night. Where we're winning hockey games because we're playing as batshit crazy as we possibly can. And it's going our way. It's just going our way. And we've lost 1 game now. We lost the 1 game to Toronto. We won 3 straight against Boston. We won 3 straight against Toronto. We lost the game. And now we've won another 3 straight. And when you win 3 in a row in the playoffs, you generally just continue to there's a trophy they give you at the end. If you just keep winning 3 in a row in the playoffs, there's a trophy you get. I don't want to name it. You guys get what I'm saying. Now, let's talk about what we saw out there on the ice tonight. The Barkov goal, again, like some of Bob's save, not legal. It really shouldn't be allowed. You should not be allowed, honestly, to have a guy that can play his 200-foot game and then score a goal like that, and then when the other team comes and like starts their massive wave because they're trying to get the goal back, your goalie goes from post to post and makes saves with his glove while he's still holding his stick. I don't think that should be allowed, but that's what's happening. And Barkov might probably not even be the best guy in the team anymore. You see what I'm saying? So I feel good. I feel good about this. The lines are rolling, okay? And look, nobody give Colin White too much grief, okay? He's Colin White. He's playing on the fourth line. He is playing his ass off. He's back checking. He's forechecking. He's doing what we're asking him to do. What we're not asking him to do is put the puck into an empty net. He just didn't have enough room to really pull the trigger. He tried to slide it across and get it to bounce off of somebody. It wouldn't go into him. It wouldn't go in for him. It's fine. We won the game anyway. We win the game anyway. Mark Emineffin Stahl. I want to make sure I don't forget any of these guys. Mark Stahl, at least twice, and there may be more, but he, at least, no, there's three. There's three, because one, two, at least 3 times he blocked shots and dove, or blocked shots standing, that 100% stopped goals. Not, it looked like it might have gone to like 100%. He saved 3 goals tonight. Unbelievable. He looks like a freaking caveman out there. I mean, it's just incredible. I wish I had his hair. Jeez, it's ridiculous, right? I don't need the beard. My beard's getting long as it is. So Stahl had a hell of a game. Ekblad has just turned into a machine next to Forsling again. The two of them are just playing out of their minds. Gudis had a little bit of an off night. I have noticed, I think we've noticed during the regular season, like on some of the back-to-backs, if he got a little bit tired, he looked a little bit off in the game. It wasn't bad, but he wasn't as good as he's been. Or Herrera was active. Now Lundell played a good game. I don't know if anybody noticed, but the one goal that Carolina did get, that rush was actually started by a bad cross-ice clearing attempt, or a pass attempt at center ice by Lundell. I noticed it when it happened. That's all I'm getting to. But then that's it. Now, the unfortunate thing is our streak of only giving up 2 goals a game is over. So we'll have to work on that, right? I mean, it's not fair. If we're only going to let the other team score 1 and sometimes 2 goals a game, how are they supposed to win? It's really not fair, right? I don't believe this is happening. I mean, I believe it. You believe it. We're watching it happen. But I don't believe that this is happening. But we won both games in Carolina after winning both games in Toronto. You couldn't have sold me that lottery ticket. Even me, like before the season, when I made the prediction that the Panthers were going to win the Cup, if you would have told me we were going to win both in Toronto and then both in Carolina, I would have said, now come on now. Don't get crazy. Don't say stupid things. All right? Nobody's got that ticket. If you do, I could use a couple of bucks, all right? But I'm just saying, I don't think anybody was really going to, I just can't believe that this is happening. But this is happening. This is happening. Now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself again, but we have a 2-0 lead going home to Florida in the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. All right. If this is how it's finally going to happen, Panther fans, this is how it finally happens. What else do we see out there on the ice tonight? There was something that I really... Oh, here, well, okay. This is something I'm going to tell you, but I can't tell you. Okay? Just follow me. I have noticed something that I am using that I'm seeing it happen. And as soon as it happens, I know we're winning the game. It's been 100%. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to spoil the juju. But after this is over, after the season is over, if this continues, I'll clue you in. But let's just say I was feeling really good really early into overtime. Which, by the way, how do you like that, huh? Last night, Vegas wins it 2 minutes into overtime, and Matthew Tkachuk says, "Hold my beer." Like, you know, how about we just end this now, right? Crazy, unbelievable. I just can't believe this. So, this is happening, Florida Panther fans. I don't want to... Now, let's talk about some rules here, because as a fan base, as a franchise, we have never been in this space before, okay? So there's some rules. I don't want to see that S word. Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay? Even if we win game 3, I don't want to hear it. Don't say it. Alright? Let's just however this is going to go, let's let it go. Okay? Because remember how we all got like freaked out when we lost game 4 to Toronto. It was like, finish this, right? Okay? No doubt. Forget the fact that it would be the word that we're not allowed to use. We want to win these 2 games. We want to finish this at home. Okay? It's not like we're winning these games by a large margin. Okay? You see what I'm saying? I'm not interested in taking any chances whatsoever. So while I'm not saying, we can't say the word, the actual thing, we want to win both these games, okay? This Carolina's this is not Toronto, okay? This team is no joke, all right? So we're going to need to come out, get some rest. I don't know if they're flying home tonight or if they're going to fly home in the morning. Not sure what that's going to be. Actually going to get a little bit less rest because of the travel, but at least they can get... At least they only had to play 3 periods tonight for the most part. All right, Panther fans. Like I said at the beginning of the last video, I don't know how to act. This is uncharted territory for all of us. The internet wasn't even a thing the last time we got this far. You see what I'm saying? We won both of Carolina. There's a mouse. There's a mouse in my... Well, there's always mouse twice. This is my basement. And it's a drop ceiling with just plywood. And then all the plumbing and everything. And there's a mouse. I hear him. He's running and then he's like... So there's mice. That's good. The bunny was here. Okay, the bunny's made an appearance every game, all right, since round 2, with one exception. The only time the bunny didn't make an appearance was game 4 against Toronto. So we got the baby bunny eating right outside the window. Mom and Dad are in the yard. Works out. Okay. All right, so we won both games, Carolina. I'm speechless. 1,500 videos, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about this. We're 2 games away from the Stanley Cup Finals. And not just 2 games away. It's not like it's, 2-2 either. You know what I mean? This is fun. This is really fun. I'm enjoying this. So are you. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I'm going to try to get this up and now so I can get a little bit of rest. Kyle and I will be streaming tomorrow, the Vegas-Dallas Stars Game 2. And then Monday night, 8 o'clock. Monday and Wednesday. And then, if needed, Friday. If needed. Stu and I will see you back again here bright and early tomorrow morning.